Alrighty, folks, we're now 2-0 in our last couple of extra daily picks on my premium page. And the good news is I have another extra daily pick going off here today. Costs just $2.99 for 30 days of service. And if you sign up for that membership here today, you're also going to get access to my daily best play for the next 30 days, absolutely free. It's going to be included with your purchase. The math works out to be just 9 cents a day. And you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here with these free videos and what I do on my premium page. Well, what I do here with the free videos is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. What I do on my premium page is, well, I actually share with you which one of these free plays I actually like the best. And with that, we're going to jump into some free content. Let's go ahead and start with the Nets at the Hornets. That'll be a 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Brooklyn's the 1-point favorite on the road, totals 228. Now, we did see pretty good two-way action on both the side and the total in this one. Not a whole lot of line movement in the early going. Now, the Nets are in search of their first win of the season. They lost to Dallas and Cleveland to start the year, and they really didn't play a whole lot of defense in those contests. Brooklyn's allowing their competition to make 41% of their three-pointers against them. When it comes to offensive production, Ben Simmons, he's averaging just 7 points a game and obviously hasn't attempted a three-pointer yet. Now, injury-wise, Cameron Johnson and Nick Claxton, they're out for Brooklyn. And when it comes to the total in this one, the Nets saw both of their games this year fly over the posted number. Give me the Hornets +1 over 228. Next game, Bulls, Pacers, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Indiana's -3, totals 227.5. We did see a 1-point move toward the over in this one. Pretty good two-way action on the sides, not a lot of movement there. Now, the Pacers are off to a nice start to the year. Wins and covers in both of their contests to start the season. Tyrese Halliburton shooting 50% from the field. And he knocks down over 46% of his three-pointers. Meanwhile, Miles Turner's grabbing double-digit rebounds a game himself. And in their last 3 head-to-head meetings, the Pacers have gotten the W in all 3 of those games. Now, they scored a whole lot of points in those victories. They're facing a Chicago club who just gave up 118 points to Detroit in a 16-point loss. The Bulls are currently allowing their competition to make nearly 52% of their field goals against them. Zach LaVine's also day-to-day currently battling some back soreness. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Chicago's last 3 did get over the posted number. Meanwhile, Indiana's 2-0 to the over to start the year. Give me the Pacers -3 over 227.5. Next ball game, Celtics Wizards. Celtics Wizards, 7 o'clock East. Boston's the 9.5-point favorite on the road, totals 229.5. Now, the Celtics are undefeated through 2 games. They covered the point spread in both of those victories. Jason Tatum averaged 28 points a night in those wins, and he also made 50% of his field goal attempts. Meanwhile, Kristaps Porzingis shot 47% from downtown and also did a nice job grabbing rebounds. Now, they're facing a Washington club who's certainly had issues guarding the 3-ball through a couple of games. Their opponents are making 23-pointers a game against them thus far. When it comes to offense, well, these guys are a bottom 5 point-producing team in the fourth quarter. It looks like they shut it down a little bit late in games. Landry Shamet's out for Washington. Daniel Gafford is questionable. When it comes to the total, 4 out of these teams' last 6 gatherings with each other got over the total. So if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. Give me Boston -9.5 over 229.5. Next ball game, T-Wolves Hawks, 7:30 p.m. East. Minnesota's -2.5, totals 233. And we saw a 1-point move toward the Timberwolves and the under in this one. And even though Minnesota got a nice win over Miami on Saturday, these guys are struggling on the offensive end of the court. Minnesota's shooting just 41% from the field. Now they're facing a quick Atlanta team who forces a lot of turnovers on defense. Bogdanovic is forcing a couple of steals a game, a couple of defensive boards as well. Meanwhile, Jalen Johnson snagging nearly 8 defensive boards a night. Now, Wesley Matthews is still out for the Hawks. Jaden McDaniels is questionable for Minnesota. When it comes to the total, Minnesota's yet to see an over through 2 games this year. Meanwhile, Atlanta saw 2 out of their 3 contests this season stay under the number themselves. Give me the Hawks plus 2.5, under 233. Next ball game, Blazers, Raptors, 7:30 p.m. East. Toronto's the 8-point favorite, totals 216.5. We did see a 1-point move toward the Raptors, and rightfully so. The Blazers flat out stink right now. Portland's winless in 3 games this season, and they just can't seem to get to the basket. They're in the bottom 5 in the West in scoring, and they're actually making just 27% of their three-pointers. They're facing a Raptors club who's played pretty tough defensively, and they pretty much contest almost every shot. They've also done a nice job of grabbing boards on the defensive end of the court as well. Scotty Barnes is grabbing over 8.5 rebounds a night. He's also the team leader in points. Meanwhile, when it comes to offensive production, Dennis Schroeder is dropping 53% of his attempts from 3 land. Now, injury-wise, Koloko is still out for Toronto, and Anunoby and Achua are questionable. Meanwhile, for Portland on the other side, Wainwright and Simons are out for them. Now, total-wise, Toronto saw 2 out of their last 3 stay under the number. Unders against the likes of Chicago and Minnesota. Give me the Raptors -8, under 216.5. Next matchup, Mavs, Grizzlies, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Dallas is -2, totals 228. Now, the undefeated Mavs are scoring more points in the fourth quarter than any other club in the league. Luka Doncic is averaging 41 points a game through a couple of contests, 11.5 boards as well. Meanwhile, Derek Lively's made almost every one of his field goal attempts this season. Not a whole lot of misses. Now they're facing a winless Memphis club who refuses to get it in the hoop. These guys are making just 38% of their field goals through 3 losses. And scoring-wise, the Grizzlies have been held to 106 points or less in all 3 of their games. Kennard and Aldama are still out for Memphis. When it comes to the total, the Grizzlies saw unders in all 3 of their games this year. Unders against the likes of the Wizards, Nuggets, and Pelicans. Give me Dallas -2, under 228. All right, next game, Heat Bucks, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Milwaukee's the 5-point favorite, totals 223.5. Now, unfortunately, this game's being featured as my chairman pick on my premium page. So if you want to see whether I'm making a play on the money line total or against the point spread, the only way to do that is to join my full access, all-inclusive chairman package. And once again, chairman members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my chairman podcast, absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. But unfortunately, folks, for this free video, I have no free pick for you in that game. All right, next matchup, Warriors-Pelicans, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off. New Orleans is -2.5, totals 228. And speaking of the total in this one, both teams they've yet to see an over in their individual games, respectively. Once again, 0 overs between both of these teams. Golden State saw unders against the likes of Houston, Sacramento, and Phoenix. Meanwhile, the Pels saw unders against the likes of the Knicks and Grizzlies. And if you want to see whether I like the Pels at home or if I like Golden State while traveling, this game's being featured as my $1.99 daily best play on my premium page. But as far as making a free pick is concerned, give me the under 228. Next matchup, Pistons Thunder, 8 o'clock East. Oklahoma City's the 6-point favorite at home, totals 226. And even though OKC's laying a couple of buckets here, I'm not sure if they're the better team defensively. As a matter of fact, it's the Pistons who are rebounding well on defense and guarding their opponents at just 39% shooting from the field. And if you try to shoot it from long range, well, you're going to get a contested shot there as well. Detroit's opponents are making just 8 3-pointers against them a game. Now, injury-wise, Livers, Morris, and Bogey are still out for Detroit. James Wiseman, he's been upgraded to probable. Going to see him suit up here tonight. Meanwhile, for OKC, Kenrich Williams won't play because of a neck injury. When it comes to the total, the Thunder saw their last 2 ball games stay under the total. Unders against the likes of the Nuggets and Cavaliers. Meanwhile, Detroit saw 2 out of their last 3 stay under the line. Give me Detroit +6, under 226. Next ball game, Jazz Nuggets, 9 o'clock East. Denver's -8 at home, totals 228. We did see a 3-point move toward the under in this one, and that's probably due to the defensive performance of the Denver Nuggets. Denver allows just 8 3-pointers a game, and because of that, all of their contests have fallen below the posted total. Now, when it comes to the offensive end of the court, well, no one's shooting better from the field than Denver at the moment. Nikola Jokic is making 46% of his attempts from beyond the arc. 13 rebounds a night for the Nuggets, leading points getter as well. Meanwhile, Jamal Murray averages over 20.5 points a night himself, and he's making 53% of his long balls. Now, they're facing a Jazz club who refuses to play defense. They're allowing a league worst 125 points a game. And no real surprise here, folks. The Jazz, they're in the bottom 3 in guarding the field goal. Ochai Agbaji, he is questionable for the Jazz. Huff, doubtful for Denver. Give me the Nuggets -8, under 228. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video here. Magic Lakers, 10:30 p.m. East. The Lakers are the 2-point favorite at home, totals 218. Now, the Lakers have lost 2 of 3 to start the year, and they haven't been good enough on defense. They allow more first-quarter points than any other team besides one. They're also giving up 44 made field goals a game. And even though I wouldn't particularly describe Orlando as an offensive juggernaut, well, they do like to get off to a hot start. These guys are a top 10 first-quarter scoring roster. Franz Wagner scoring a team-high 21 points a game. Cole Anthony is making 44% of his 3-pointers off the bench. And when it comes to grabbing rebounds, Orlando's currently a top 3 offensive rebounding team. Now, injury-wise, Kevon Harris, he is questionable for Orlando. Vanderbilt's still out for the Lakers. Orlando saw both of their contests this season stay under the total. Meanwhile, the Lakers saw 2 out of their last 3 stay under the line. Give me the Magic +2, under 218. And with that, folks, now it is time for our quick pick recap. Give me the Hornets +1, over 228. Pacers -3, over 227.5. Boston Celtics -9.5, over 229 and a hook. I'm 2-0 my last 2 extra daily picks on my premium page. The link is in my bio. Atlanta Hawks +2.5, under 233. Raptors -8, under 216.5. Dallas Mavericks -2, under 228. I have no free pick for you in the Heat-Bucks game. Give me the under 228 in the Warriors-Pelicans game. Detroit +6, under 226. Nuggets -8, under 228. With my next and final free pick, give me the Magic +2, under 218. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. Now, if you do end up getting a membership here today on patreon.com/BrockPage, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. That's why I always tell folks that Chairman package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. It gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman podcast, absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on TikTok. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, folks, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page at patreon.com/BrockPage.